HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we've got a bottle of the beer from North Coast Brewing Company. It is a bottle of their Old Stock Ale 2014, 11.8% ABV. It's a bottle of beer that I've been wanting to try for quite some time. It's a funny one. I mean, a stock ale is quite a British thing. It's a strong ale, what would be kind of like put aside, maybe aged in a barrel for quite some time. Take on a certain amount of barrel character. It's a beer to be savoured. It's a beer to be saved, and so it reminds me of when I had a chat with Daniel Harper and the guys over at Beyond the Pork podcast. And me and Daniel were having a chat about this idea, this old stock ale. It's a forgotten idea, especially in the UK, which is a massive shame. But then again, you could look at beers like Fuller's Vintage Ale, things like that. Might be of a comparison. So I'm really interested to see what this is like. I think North Coast do some decent beer. Not incredible. They're not one. I mean, their Old Rasputin kind of like set the world alight a while back. I don't think it's as exciting as a lot of beers are nowadays, so I'm interested in seeing this. North Coast beers are newly available in the UK, which is exciting. It's always great to get some new American beer in the country. So the beer in the glass, dark crimson, really kind of like roasty, chestnutty kind of thing going on. A head of beige, bubbly, frothy, kind of sudsy head. So let's check out the aroma. Yeah. That's nice. I mean, and I think it's fair to say if you look at beers like Bishop's Finger or Fuller's Vintage Ale, 1698 from Shepherd Neame, all those kind of beers, it's along those lines. It's very British. It's very malty. It's got that kind of sweet sherry. It's got that sherry cask. Slightly overdone red apple, the skin of red apples big time, toffee. It's along those lines, but I'd say better than a lot of those are. It kind of takes that essence and just does it to a really high level. Not my type of beer, but when it's done well, I'm all in favour of enjoying this type of beer. So let's dive in. Cheers. Nice carbonated, which is important for this kind of beer. It can't be too flat, because it becomes hard going. It's not. It's nicely carbonated. It's not too much, but it's nice and brisk. And it continues where you were left off. It's a little bit more sharp. I mean, a bit more kind of like tart and a kind of black currant, red currant, marzipan, big time. Fruitcake, big fruitcake. Hint of red wine, maybe like a Rioja, something like that. There's a nice amount of there's a woody bark note in there. I hate using words which have got the Y on the end. I think that just it shows that you've not really thought about it enough. Licorice, sarsaparilla, those kind of things. It's nice, as I said, those kind of things that I mentioned from the start, where I'm talking about like Fuller's Vintage Ale, those sherry notes and those kind of like licorice notes. It's definitely in this beer, and it's definitely along those lines. If you are in America and you have a thirst for the likes of Fuller's Vintage Ale and stuff like that, excuse me, you'll get this for an absolute bargain. Even though in the UK it wasn't that expensive really, and you pay a quarter of what I paid. Check it out. I mean, Paul over at PA Brew News. I mean, if you've got a hankering for some Fuller Vintage Ale or a bit of like Bishop's Finger or something, check out this beer, because this is what it tastes like, and maybe a little bit better. It's just got some really nicely defined flavours. As I said, not always my favourite flavours in a beer, but nicely done. So that's a bottle of Old Stock Ale. Oh, I'm tasting lovely bonfire toffee. I mean, it's a very British thing. There's a bit of bonfire toffee out of like a foil tray and stuff. Anyway, I could get carried away. It's a nice beer, is this. I'd love for Mr. Terry K to try this beer. Terry, I might bring you a bottle down if I can get my hands on one. Old Stock Ale. Excuse me, I'm rambling. North Coast Brewing Co. in, where are they? Fort Bragg. Is it California? Interesting. Right, I'm going to take a slight detour after this. 11.8% ABV. This is a California beer. This doesn't, from my experience in California, I've just spent a couple of months back, sorry, a month or so back, a week in San Diego, a week in San Francisco. This isn't a beer that speaks of the area. I mean, if you look to those kind of breweries like Stone and Ballast Point and Port Brewing and all that kind of business, that's San Diego beer. It takes me by surprise that this is a San Diego based brewery who are definitely kind of like concentrating on beers which are a bit more kind of traditional in style. Their Imperial Stout, very good, very British. These are British beers done to a very high level. If that's what you're after, Paul, if you watch this, mate, you'll like it. You'll like it. If you haven't had it, you know, I would strongly suggest that you have it. And if you're along the lines, if you're watching Paul over at PA Brew News, you know his style, loves his ales, his British ales. So, check it out. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. This video is far too long already. See you next time. Cheers. Good stuff. See you next time.